Long-simmering tension. Heartbreak. Turmoil. Shocking developments inside the Reiner residence that led to the night of horror, leaving Rob Reiner and Michele Singer's daughter scarred for life. Unsettling details are emerging about the family dynamics surrounding the shocking deaths of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michele. New reports now paint a picture of long-simmering tension, heartbreak, and turmoil inside the Reiner household, long before the fatal stabbings that stunned Hollywood. According to a new report from Us Weekly, the couple's 32-year-old son, Nick Reiner, who has been arrested in connection with his parents' murders, allegedly had a hostile and volatile relationship with his siblings and parents for years. A source told the outlet that Nick always had a strained dynamic with the entire family, including his brother Jake and sister Romy. The source claimed that Romy, who discovered her parents' bodies, had been particularly affected by Nick's behavior over the years. According to the report, she was extremely close to her parents, and watching their ongoing struggle with Nick took a heavy emotional toll on her, leaving her traumatized. The insider alleged that Rob and Michele spent years trying to help their son, seeking treatment, allowing him back into the home, then watching him leave again. The source described it as a painful cycle, one that those close to the family witnessed firsthand. They did everything a parent could possibly do, the insider told Us Weekly. Page 6 separately reported that Nick had struggled with drug addiction for more than half his life and exhibited serious behavioral issues from a young age. One source described him as egocentric, with unresolved anger and resentment, particularly toward his father. Yoga instructor Alana Zabel told Page 6 that while working with Rob and Michele in the early 2000s, Nick would repeatedly interrupt their sessions with intense outbursts and screaming. She said the couple confronted his issues head-on and were deeply committed to trying to help him. Another insider alleged that Nick deeply resented his father and struggled with feelings of inadequacy, comparing himself to Rob's success and public admiration. These claims, however, remain allegations from sources and have not been independently verified. Rob and Michele were found stabbed to death in their Brentwood home by Romy just hours after the couple attended Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. According to reports, the couple allegedly had a loud argument with Nick at the event and left early. People magazine later reported that Nick had been freaking everybody out at the party by acting erratically. Nick was taken into custody Sunday and is currently being held without bail at Twin Towers Correctional Facility in Los Angeles, where he is reportedly on suicide watch. He has been formally charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman confirmed the charges at a joint news conference with LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell.
Today I'm here to announce that our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michele Singer Reiner. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with the special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. No decision at this point has been made with respect to the death penalty. We have requested, and currently Nick Reiner is being held without bail. Once the charges get filed this afternoon, Nick Reiner will be then brought to court. He is going through medical clearance, something that everybody who gets arrested and gets held in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail goes through. Once he is medically cleared, he will be brought to court to be arraigned on these charges. At that point, he will enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. So special circumstances is a situation where one of the enumerated factors that lead to elevating in some ways a first-degree murder case to a special circumstance first-degree murder case occurs. One of those special circumstances is called multiple murders. Here we have two, and it qualifies under the definition of multiple murders to allege the special circumstance in this particular case.
On December 14, 2025, LAPD officers from our West Los Angeles division responded to a death investigation at the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue, which is in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. Upon entering the residence, they discovered the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Reiner. Detectives from our Robbery Homicide Division Homicide Special Section immediately initiated a comprehensive investigation. The evidence gathered led to the arrest of their son, Nick Reiner, who was taken into custody later that night without incident in the Exposition Park section of our city. Today, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has formally filed charges against Mr. Reiner for the murder of his parents. This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city. We extend our deepest condolences to all of those who were affected by this tragedy.
Okay, so in terms of how the Los Angeles Police Department became aware, it was a request from the Los Angeles Fire Department, who responded to the scene first. We responded to their request for assistance at the scene of the incident. Our initial West LA officers that responded determined that a crime had occurred, and they immediately notified our Robbery Homicide Division. They've responded, and they have taken over the investigation since that point. He was arrested in a public area, in the Exposition Park area near the University of Southern California campus. He was approached by the officers, and he was arrested without incident. There were no indications that he was going to resist or anything like that. He didn't flee or anything like that. He was taken into custody without issue, and he was transported to our police headquarters facility.